Hi fellow gardeners, welcome to Garden with Jenny. I'm Jenny. So today I want to update you on my seeds, and hopefully this will be a short video. I'm not really notorious anymore for making short videos, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to keep this one under maybe like 10 minutes. Wanted to show you what it was doing outside real quick, so let me turn you around. So snowing in Pennsylvania again. All the snow was just melted. We're supposed to get like 14 to 18 inches today, which it's supposed to be heavy, wet, nasty driving conditions because the snow is heavy and wet. So I'll be staying home today. I have a secondary interview on Friday, which let me tell you a little bit about that. So I went for an interview on Monday with another garden center landscape company, which I'm pretty excited about. They do the landscaping for the golf course that my husband works at. So I interviewed with them on Monday, reached out to them Monday, yeah. What day is today? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, I interviewed with them Monday, reached out to them yesterday saying thanks so much and stuff like that. She answered me back and said and asked if I was available Friday to come in for a second interview. So I have a second interview on Friday, which I'm pretty excited about. I do still have that one offer from another greenhouse that I had countered them to see if they would do anything a little bit better, because the hours aren't steady. They're full-time until June, then you drop down to like 20 hours a week, then you're back up to full-time in the fall, and it's a half an hour to 40-minute drive for me. So I don't even know, even if they bumped it up to what I asked them to move it up to, I don't know if it's going to be worth it, and I don't know if I get any benefits. But at this place, I got to double check, but they made it seem like it would be 40 hours from when I start all the way through to the end of Christmas. Then there would be a 3-month layoff or so, which I'd be okay with, as long as I can save, which I think I'd be able to. The drive is a lot shorter. It's only a 15-minute drive from my house, and there is a chance that if they have an empty spot during the winter that they might roll me over into working their florist, because I have that experience too. So we'll see how that goes. Plus, that place offers benefits after a year, because the position that I interviewed for is technically, even though it's seasonal, it's still full-time hours. So let me get you turned around so you can see what my seeds are doing. So I noticed that my tomato, well, actually I was Skyping with my dad the other day, and he's like, your plants popped, and I didn't even realize it. A lot more have popped since that initial day. At first it was just these guys. Look at them go. So this is my setup here. My lights aren't that high above the plants, so I'm hoping they don't get any leggier than what they're at right now. But these are not their true leaves yet. These are just, they're baby leaves. Hi, little guy. So yeah, I've got this setup here. I have this turned around so that these guys weren't leaning so much, which now you can see this guy's leaning. So these three here, these are all cherry tomatoes, and my jalapenos are starting to poke out. You can see in this one, and then let me see if I can get you to see. There's right down here are a few onion sprouts. So, oh, hey, this guy's new too. There's a guy right there with my tomatoes. This guy was new this morning. This guy back here is new. This guy is new. He looks a little weak, but we'll see if he gets some vigor. These guys, I found yesterday or the day before. These first tall ones right here, these were planted on the 1st. Yeah, the 1st of March. So here, these are 5 days of growing with my lights on from 7 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night at this site, and my seed mat is on from that time too. Now I'm planning on going back home to Buffalo this weekend to see my folks as well as see Sean's folks, and so I'm pondering a little bit because I have nobody to take care of my little seedlings. So I think what I'm going to do is, in the tray that these are in, they're 6-pack cell packs in a tray. This tray does not have a drainage hole, so I might put a little bit of water in the bottom of this tray that the the seed start mix can wick up into the seed start mix to try and hold them over from, because we're going to leave Friday after my interview and drive up there. We'll be there until Sunday night. We're going to drive back Sunday afternoon. And it's usually about like a 6-hour drive, approaching, depending on how often we stop, you know, like for food and all that. So I get to see my folks this weekend, which I'm happy about, and we're celebrating Sean's birthday early since this was the time that we could go home. So we're having a birthday dinner for my husband, Sean. Yay, he's turning 33. And it's going to be fun, I think. You know, I haven't seen my mom since we went home in December. I haven't, like, seen her in person. So I can't wait to give her a big hug and my dad a big hug. I miss them both. And I haven't seen my brother at all. I haven't seen my brother since October. Yeah, October, which was right around my birthday. So I'm pretty excited to see him, to give him a nice big hug and stuff. We're having breakfast with my folks and my brother Saturday morning. Saturday night we're having dinner with Sean's mom and his stepdad, as well as his one brother Brian that lives back home, and his wife Ellen. And Saturday I think we're also going to see Sean's grandparents on his dad's side, and that's pretty exciting because I really love his family. It's weird because the kid I was dating before Sean, I liked his family, but I didn't like them as much as I like Sean's family, so this is nice. They made me feel welcome right off the bat, so it's nice. And I know that was a little off topic, but so I won't be posting any videos this weekend, I don't think. Maybe a quick one of the houseplants that my parents were saving for me, because the garden center I worked at back home that had their big houseplant greenhouse, actually they closed up the nursery. They just have their landscape now, so they did like a big closeout sale, and my parents got some houseplants for 75% off or 80% off or whatever, which is sweet because that's a pretty big saving for, yeah, which is nice. So I have a bunch of like succulents back at home with my mom and my dad. There's a mini rose bush, there's an anthurium, there's a crown of thorns, which I've never had before. So it'll be interesting to see if I can properly take care of it, because they are, I don't know if they're considered a cactus, but they're cactus-like, so they don't take as much water as normal plants. They store it, so you have to be careful watering those. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm pretty excited because they're new. It's new. I love anthurium. They're pretty. They kind of remind me of a peace lily, but instead of it having the white cup, it has like a red cup. And it's more laying down than being straight up. It's a really pretty plant. So once I get those, you'll get a brand new video on all that. I'm going to be getting those Sunday, so I'll have them here. Hopefully I'll be starting work soon, so if I start work on Monday, who knows when. I probably won't get to post a video until Monday night. But big plans, big changes. I've got a 5-gallon bucket to do some seed potatoes in. I want to get a second one so I can do three seed potatoes in each 5-gallon bucket. And these are indeterminate types of potatoes where if you keep adding soil, they're supposed to produce potatoes all the way up as you keep increasing the amount of soil that you put along the stem. So that would be cool if that would work. My dad used to grow potatoes, and the potatoes he did Yukon Golds, which are determinate. So however deep you plant those initially is, once it gets a green tip or a green growth above that first initial soil line, and if you keep putting soil on it, it won't produce any potatoes above that initial green point. From what I understand or what I've learned. But he had really good potatoes. They were tasty. So we'll see. There's lots of stuff coming, and lots of new experimenting, and a lot of new plants, and a lot of new excitement, and hopefully I'll have a job to tell you about pretty soon. So until next time, stay green, folks.